I am not a fan of the collective Heartsteel splash art, and in fact, I think it's kinda shitty. Not on a technical level, mind you, it's every bit as well rendered and nicely drawn as most other Riot art is, but as a way to introduce these characters, as a pitch to get us excited about them, this is genuinely kind of terrible. First of all, it's copying the original KDA splash arts, which also had each band member copy-pasted in different positions in each splash, with a different character in the spotlight. And that's not a great place to start from, because it feels like a total lack of confidence in the product, like some suit-wearing executive saying, just copy whatever worked the first time. The splash art should be an opportunity to introduce what's new and unique about the band, and copying KDA like this completely fumbles that opportunity while inviting some really unflattering comparisons. Second, the copy-pasting itself is also a big problem, for two reasons. First, it looks cheap. It just does. There is no way to put out 6 splash arts with the exact same pixels, copy-pasted into slightly different positions that doesn't, on an instinctual level, feel really cheap. All that says is we didn't want to pay for more than one splash art. It looks like corner cutting. Second, it forces every character in the art to be completely separate from one another. A big part of the band's charm in their excellent music video is the interaction and camaraderie between the boys as they get into frat boy shenanigans shooting their music video. But since every character has to be able to be copy-pasted and moved independently in the splash, they can't interact or pose together in any way, making them seem completely disconnected from one another. One of the simplest ways to add a bunch of charm and character to these splash arts would be to have one character up front doing their cool pose, and then the 5 other boys dicking around in the background, arm wrestling or hugging or, I don't know, giving each other piggyback rides, whatever. Instead, we just get this sterile clip art of each of them that don't even seem to be aware that the other guys are there. And when they are up front, the poses that they do are mostly kinda lame. Set is supposed to be this tough guy with a heart of gold, big attitude rapper guy, and he's just vaguely flexing, kinda. Cassante is supposed to be an imposing, powerful vocalist, and he's just standing there. Yone looks bored, Aphelios looks like an emo kid who's being forced to be in a family photo by his mom, and Kane, who's supposed to be this rowdy, chaotic bad boy, is just doing a peace sign and sticking his tongue out. He gets completely overshadowed in his own version of the splash art by himself. His Shadow Assassin and Rost forms are in the background, and they do get to interact. They do get to play a little bit with each other, and they are more charming on their own than everything else that this splash art has to offer you. It genuinely baffles me that Riot couldn't be bothered to spend the money to get each of these characters unique splash arts, to give them an opportunity to show off their costumes and their personality, or at least spend the money to have them drawn a little bit different in each of the 6 versions of this thing that they have put out. This splash art, to me, feels like an active discouragement from investing anything in Heartsteel, because looking at this, looking at all the corners that are being cut, even Riot doesn't feel like they're committed to this thing as a project. And like, yeah, the music video is great and it's doing a lot of heavy lifting for them, but this splash art is an actual liability. It makes the whole project look worse.